When you think of millionaires, what comes to mind? Tech moguls in Silicon Valley? Wall Street financiers? What if I told you that some of the most fascinating wealth creation stories are unfolding far from the glitz and glamour, right in the heart of Africa's bustling informal economy? Forget what you think you know. We're not talking about sprawling corporate headquarters. We're talking about the vibrant, chaotic, and incredibly resourceful world of street markets, roadside stalls, and small-scale workshops. This is the informal sector, often called the shadow economy, and it's a massive, powerful engine driving growth across the continent. By some estimates, it accounts for over 80% of all jobs in sub-Saharan Africa and contributes up to 40% of the GDP. This isn't a small side hustle. It's the main hustle for millions. Now, here's the secret. Hidden within this massive, unregulated system are individuals who have built incredible fortunes. These aren't your pickle soup can-tie billionaires. They are the market queens, the transportation tycoons, and the manufacturing masters who started with next to nothing and built empires right under our noses. Their stories are a masterclass in grit, innovation, and understanding the real needs of the people. Let's dive into our first example, the market queens of West Africa. In places like Ghana and Nigeria, these women are absolute powerhouses. Take the Makola market in Accra. It's a dizzying maze of sights, sounds, and smells. A woman might start by selling a small basket of tomatoes. But through sheer business acumen, she builds relationships, understands supply and demand like a Wall Street trader, and starts wholesaling. Soon, she's not just selling tomatoes. She's controlling the supply chain for entire sections of the market, importing goods, and providing credit to smaller vendors. These women, many of whom may not have a formal education, are running multi-million-dollar operations based on trust, reputation, and an unbelievable work ethic. They are the unofficial bankers, suppliers, and CEOs of their domain. Then you have the transport sector. In cities like Lagos or Nairobi, formal public transport can be limited. This is where the informal sector steps in. Think of the matatas in Kenya or the danfas in Nigeria. An enterprising individual might start by buying a single used minibus. They learn the most profitable routes, the peak times, and how to manage drivers and conductors. As profits grow, they buy a second bus, then a third, and soon they own a whole fleet. Before you know it, this person who started with one vehicle is now a transport mogul, controlling major city routes and earning a substantial income, all outside the formal system. They solve a critical problem, getting people from A to B, and they are rewarded handsomely for it. Another fascinating area is small-scale manufacturing and recycling. This is where you find true innovation. People see waste not as trash, but as a resource. Think about scrap metal. Someone starts collecting discarded metal. Then they get a small furnace to melt it down and create new products like cooking pots, tools, or spare parts. They've created a value chain from scratch. In Aba, Nigeria, known as the Japan of Africa, you'll find thousands of artisans producing high-quality shoes, bags, and clothes. Many of these businesses started with a single sewing machine in a small room. Through apprenticeships and incredible skill, they now produce goods that are sold across the entire continent, generating millions in revenue. These entrepreneurs aren't waiting for a factory to be built. They are the factory. So, why does this massive wealth often stay secret or informal? There are a few key reasons. First, trust. The formal banking system can be difficult to access for someone without a formal business registration or credit history. Instead, they rely on informal savings groups, known as susus or chomas, where community members pool their money. Trust is the currency here. Second is flexibility. The informal economy can adapt instantly to market changes without the red tape of regulations. Need to change your product line overnight? No problem. And finally, avoiding taxes and bureaucracy is, of course, a major factor. While this presents challenges for governments, for the entrepreneur, it means more capital to reinvest and grow their business at lightning speed. The success of these hidden millionaires holds powerful lessons for everyone. It shows that wealth creation isn't just about fancy degrees or venture capital. It's about identifying a need and serving it relentlessly. It's about resourcefulness, turning what others see as waste into wealth. And it's about understanding people. These entrepreneurs are deeply embedded in their communities. They know their customers' needs, their struggles, and their aspirations better than any market research firm ever could. Their success also paints a more realistic and hopeful picture of economic development in Africa. It's not just about foreign aid or big multinational corporations. It's a grassroots movement, driven by the ingenuity and ambition of everyday people. As technology like mobile money becomes more widespread, it's bridging the gap between the informal and formal sectors, allowing these entrepreneurs to scale even further. Imagine the power of these market queens or transport tycoons when they can access digital payments in larger markets. The potential is explosive. So the next time you walk through a bustling African market, look closer. The person selling fabric, the mechanic fixing a motorbike, the vendor selling street food. You might be looking at a future millionaire. They are the hidden giants, the silent engines of a continent on the rise, proving that with enough hustle and heart, you can build an empire from the ground up. Their stories are not just inspiring. They are reshaping our understanding of wealth and success in the 21st century. Thank you so much for watching. If you found these stories as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the world in a new light. Let me know in the comments what part of the informal economy you find most interesting. See you in the next one.